Good afternoon, world. It's Ivan Mayer. It's coming to 4 o'clock. I just finished my shift at Cocoa Fruity. Was today busy, Ivan? Today was not that busy at Cocoa Fruity. It was not that busy. Fucking tired though. And I work tomorrow again at Dinty's, and I work Wednesday at Dinty's, and I probably work Thursday. Yeah, because Anthony, this is Anthony's last week. After this week, Anthony's not working at Cocoa Fruity anymore, so I'm working with another dishwasher. Now, I'm going to apply at the McDonald's in Elmer. If I get that job, I'll probably quit Cocoa Fruity, or I might quit Dinty's and I work part-time at Cocoa Fruity. I prefer working at Dinty's more than Cocoa Fruity. I just do, right? Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my show yesterday. I talked about my book Xanus, how my book Xanus is a masterpiece, entertaining story. I also talked about how art hits everyone different ways. Because there's some fans who might like, I'm going to be honest here, I'm going to be humble here, there's some fans who might like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and Malazan better than my book. I highly doubt it, because there's something about my book that's very unique. It's very entertaining and the characters jump on the page. Yeah. Because I remember I read a few things on Fantasy Reddit. I saw people, they posted like scenes from other like fantasy novels, and I read the scenes. Beautiful literature and everything, but like the characters, the story feels dry. It doesn't feel fresh. There's something about my book that you get that spark in the story, and it feels fresh, and the characters jump on a page. That's why it's so entertaining. Yeah, but Ivan, how do you do that? Like, all these authors, when they write dialogue, their characters feel a bit dry and dull. And when I read your book, they just somehow jump on the page. So both authors are writing dialogue, but Ivan's style of writing, he makes his characters feel real and they jump on the page all the time. Whereas these characters, these authors, they also have dialogue, but their characters don't feel real. They don't jump out. They feel pretty real, but they feel a bit dry and dull. They don't jump out. They don't have that spark that I have. Hence why my story is very entertaining. Because the characters are constantly jumping out on the page. Yeah. Samsara? Yeah. No, Ivan, seriously, how the fuck do you do that? Like, when I read your book, the characters are constantly jumping out on the page. They feel like real. It's like watching a book movie. And I read these other books, the characters feel dry and dull. Both authors are writing dialogue, but the way Ivan constructs his dialogue, the characters just jump on the page. When I read his book, there's something about his book that has that spark. It feels fresh, hence why it's a very entertaining read. Whereas the other books are pretty entertaining, but they feel normal compared to Ivan's book. There's something unique about Ivan's book. Yeah, Ivan's book's very unique. What a masterpiece, man, yeah. Okay, this is the last day. I promise this will be the last day. I can show you a bit of stuff from the prologue. Snippets of the prologue. And maybe one more scene in volume 2. And after this, I'm done because I don't want to spoil. I keep showing you a lot of scenes. I don't want to spoil any of the scenes for you. Samsara? Yeah. And when I show you the scenes again, you're going to be entertained. Because I told you, my book is an entertaining read. When you read the whole book, you're constantly turning the page. The characters just jump on the page. It's crazy. It's an entertaining read. That's why Xanus is the best purchase of your life. The best, all you guys who buy the ebook for $22, that's going to be the best purchase of your life. All the people who buy the print for $80, all the celebrities are most likely going to buy most of the celebrities are probably going to buy the ebook because everyone wants to read my book right away. Yeah, I don't feel like waiting 2 weeks for the book to arrive in my mail. I'll just purchase the ebook and read it on my laptop. Yeah, the celebrities can read on the laptop, right? Yeah, you pay $22, you read on your laptop and you're shocked. I take you for a ride looking at the best story ever told, man, yeah. Yeah. But I told you, art hits everyone in different ways. Obviously. But from what I showed you guys so far, I hope you guys were impressed. Obviously. If you weren't impressed, and that's your opinion, but when I read my book, I'm very entertained. I'm very hooked, and the characters are jumping on a page, or by like when I read the book and the characters jump on a page, I'm laughing and I'm laughing. Like sometimes I laugh pretty hard, man, because my stories are anything. Yeah, even your stories or anything. That scene with Joe was fucking funny, man. I know. There was one drag the show a piece for her tonight. Oh, what about tactics? I mean, that was funny. Yeah, I know. And the character of Joe, he has that distinct tone. He's a pothead. Yeah, yeah. He even sounds like a pothead, like a guy who's not there in the head. Yeah, I know. They're well fed drag. There's no piece for it tonight. Oh, what about tactics? That was good. I know. You're a busy storyteller. I know I'm a busy storyteller. Just a few strokes from here. Oh my God, Eli's going to ramble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're very good at making characters on a page. Yes, I am. But geez, no, seriously, how the fuck you do it, man? All these other authors that I read their characters feel dry and dull. They jump out a little bit, but they feel dry and dull. Was your characters, they jump out like crazy, man. They feel it's so entertaining. I know, because I'm a genius. God gave me the creative gift. Some Sarah. God gave me the creative gift. That's why the Gates want to control my brand. Because they know how good my book is. But zero, man, that money's for me, but it's not for you. I'm not letting you take my money, man. It's my money. I'd rather wake a woman and have you do my name. I know it's scary to die. I'd rather wake a woman later and have you do my name. I'm not gonna let you take my money, man. That money's for me and my wife. It's not for you. So sorry, the billions off the books for me and VJ. It's not for you. The 10 billion, the 12 billion, the 14 billion is for me and VJ. It's not for you. Because I might make 10 billion off the book, right? Yeah, the $7 billion off the book is for me and VJ. It's not for you. You make your trains around the world. You're just a greedy pigman. You want to control everything in the world because the Gates want to control everything in the world. Yeah, hence why they see me as a thief. Because Ivan has the keys, he doesn't have to sell to us. So anyone who controls his own money, they see that as they're stealing the money from them. Because everything, all the money in the world is under the gatekeeper's control. If I don't sell to them, they don't touch my money. So I make all those billions. They see that person as stealing their money, because this is their house. But this may be your house, obviously, but you didn't create this house. I did. Me and Vijay did, hence you don't deserve to control my money. Some Sarah. Yeah. Yeah, and I can picture that in a movie. The way Cassie is. Yeah, when you read my book, it's so entertaining. It's like reading it's like watching a movie in book form, because the characters are constantly jumping on the page and it's so entertaining, and you're just hooked reading, turning the page for hours, man. It's crazy. So Ivan, what you're showing us is every chapter like that? Yeah, pretty much. Every chapter you read is constant entertainment. Obviously, there's some pages in some chapters that are not as interesting. They're not as interesting, obviously, but they're still entertaining enough to keep you turning the page. Like I showed you guys the first 6 pages of Young Tactius. That's my weakest chapter. You guys can tell, yeah, Ivan. Young Tactius was very entertaining too, but it's not as entertaining as the other stuff. Yeah, Young Tactius is my weakest chapter in Volume 1, and I showed you the first 6 pages. It's still pretty entertaining, because even my weakest chapters are entertaining, more entertaining than even these other books. Yeah, my weakest chapters in my book are more entertaining than the best chapters in these other authors' books, because I'm a creative genius. I know how to tell a good story. Yeah, I have the magic trick that these guys don't have. These guys have the talent, obviously, to entertain the fans, but they don't have the magic trick that I have, whereby I entertain the fans, and I know how to make I have a flow of my dialogue whereby it makes the characters just jump on the page. But how you do that? Like both authors, you and the other authors, the other fans, you guys both do dialogue. But I see a difference. I read these books, the characters don't really jump on the page the way your book does. Your characters feel alive, they jump on a page. How the fuck you do that, Ivan? It's a gift, man. I have the gift from the heavens. God gave me each of the gifts. We both have the gifts, yeah. Yeah. So, Sarah? Fucking tired, man. Ugh, I'm sick and tired of doing dishwashing. Dishwashing is fucking stressing shit, man. I'm gonna apply to the McDonald's. If I get full-time hours at McDonald's, I'm gonna quit Cocoa Fruity. Because Anthony quit, I don't really want to work at Cocoa Fruity anymore. Because I like working with Anthony. Anthony is my boy and my son. So once he leaves, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to work at Cocoa Fruity anymore, man. Yeah, I like working at Cocoa Fruity, but dishes is a lot of work, man. It's not fun washing dishes, man. It's not fun sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. So, Ivan, do you really think when the world reads your book, it'll be a public embarrassment? Yeah. When the world reads my book, it's like an embarrassment in the industry, because there's something very unique about Ivan's book, whereby he entertained the shit out of me, like, for every volume, man. Every volume was entertaining. Yeah. He entertained the shit out of me. Whereas I read these other books, they're good, but they're not. They seem normal about Ivan's book. There's something unique about Ivan's style of writing, because I have the gift, whereby he makes the characters feel alive, and they jump on the page. Yeah, I talked about the symbolism, right? You have you have a tree, obviously. You have a very, very beautiful tree, and you have two leaves on the tree. Both leaves are beautiful, but one tree is dry. The other one is neutralized. There's a spark in it, and it doesn't look dry. So the water gave that leaf the spark. That one beautiful leaf the spark. Whereas the other tree is very beautiful, but the water did not neutralize the leaf. There's no spark in that leaf. That's why it's dry. That's why I see my book in Lord of the Rings. So Lord of the Rings represents the leaf that's beautiful but it's dry. The leaf is a beautiful leaf, which represents Lord of the Rings being a beautiful written book. It's a masterpiece. But there's no spark in the story. It feels dry. There's something missing. It's lacking something. Yeah. Like Lord of the Rings, when I read it, it's a masterpiece, but it's beautiful, beautifully written, but it feels dry. It doesn't feel fresh like my book. Now, I'm taking off my bias goggles. I read my book and I read Lord of the Rings, and when I read my book, I'm more entertained. I'm more interested in what I am than I am reading Lord of the Rings. And you guys read a portion of my book, and be honest, man. When all you fantasy nerds out there who read Lord of the Rings and you compare it to my book, what story entertained you more, Ivan? Lord of the Rings, okay. If Lord of the Rings entertained you more, it's your opinion, but be honest, man. What book entertained you more, Ivan? Your book entertained you more, Ivan. Your book's fucking entertaining, yeah. It's a more entertaining read Lord of the Rings. It's number one, man. Number one. That's why I told you it's a book worth billions. I wasn't playing around. It's a book worth billions. It's a fucking masterpiece, man. Yeah. But I'm gonna be humble here. Art hits everyone in different ways. Art hits everyone in different ways, I'm sorry. Art hits everyone in different ways. Yeah. So I'm going to show you. When I say this is the last time, I won't spoil the story for you. I'll show you more symbols of my book, and that's it, guys. I don't want to show any more because I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. You'll find out what I mean when you read my book, because I've been showing you a lot of sections of my book. You're only getting a little glimpse of it, a sneak peek. I don't want to spoil the story for you. Right now, you guys are confused. You don't know what's going on. That's why I'm jumping all over the place. That way you guys don't really know what's going on. Volume 3, I'm not showing you shit because I don't want to spoil the story for you. So I'll show you the prologue. The prologue is the worst read in my book. The prologue is not as good as the other chapters, but it's still good enough to keep you hooked. I'll show you the beginning. You guys read a portion of the beginning. I'll show you a bit of the beginning when Tactius is walking up the walls. Obviously. Okay, I'll have you read the first page here of the prologue. You guys already read this, right? But you can read this here. This is the first page of the prologue. You can pause and read it. Then I'll have you read this scene here. And read this section here. Yeah. Pause and read it. And I'll have you read. I'll skip to the part when they have the birth. They have the celebration birth of Tactius II in the banquet hall. This is a prologue. Okay. Okay, this is when Tactius is just born. And then they have a celebration in the hall. So, Queen Sarah gives birth to Tactius at sunset. And once Tactius is born, they have a celebration in the banquet hall. Obviously. You can read this section here. Read that. The prologue is the worst chapter in the book. It's by far the worst, obviously, because it's a prologue, right? But even the prologue is still entertaining enough to keep you hooked. This is the prologue. And this, now you understand why Tactius has a sword. Remember, yeah. Okay. I'll have you read this section here. This is the banquet celebration. You can read it. You guys read that? Read it. Wow, your book's fucking sick. I know. Well, I told you every page is entertaining. I wasn't playing around. Every page you read is entertaining. Okay, and I'll show you this scene here in the prologue. Wait, yeah, this is a scene with the eagles, right? And now you guys understand. Yeah. When Sarah said it is time, and young Tactius, it is time for Tactius to receive the gift that is given to him. Tactius the First, for Tactius's gift, he has a sword. He has the Saphians forge a sword, a sword for Tactius, his son. That's his gift to Tactius. Sarah's like, yeah, Tactius already has great wealth and status. What gift can we give him? And then Tactius is like, he goes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ivan, like, that's so cool. Watchers of the North, do you hear your king? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the characters jump out again. Yeah, you know, what I'm saying? You calling us, O king? The eagles, and saying, as you command, sire, and you have my welcome. You know, I said, yeah, your book is sick. Ivan, seriously, man, how do you make your characters jump on the pages? Get that, man. I don't know how I do it. I'll show you one more scene in the prologue, and after that, I'm not going to show you any more. So I'm saying? One more scene in the prologue, and I'm not going to show you anymore. I won't spoil the story for you. Okay. Read this section here. This is the prologue. So whenever you see the name Tactius here, this is Tactius the First. This is not Tactius the Second. This is Tactius the First. You can read that. This is Tactius the First. And I'll show you this page here, and that's it. I'm not going to show you any more of the prologue. Yeah. Read that. You can read that. And that's it. I'm not going to show you any more on the prologue. I'm going to spoil it for you. Yeah. All right, your book is sick, I know. The prologue is the worst, by far the worst written chapter in the book, and even the prologue is entertaining enough. Yeah, even that's entertaining. Yeah, everything you read is entertaining, man. And the characters constantly just jump on the page. I'm a genius. Looking at everything you read. Like, why did Taki say behold the wonder? Why did Taki say behold the wonder? Well, I don't want to spoil the story. You'll find what I mean when you read it. And why do you say I smile for them and no generation is lucky as this one here? Because Tacius' generation is a lucky generation. That's the symbols in the Bible. How in the Old Testaments you had all the prophets, and then in the last days Jesus came. Right. That's the symbolism you get in Xanus. The 10th generation is a generation when Tacius II is born, and that generation is a lucky generation. Hence why Tacius was smiling for the people. He's like, I smile for them because no generation is lucky as this one here. And Cassius is confused. What the heck are you talking about? Yeah, but Ivan, what does Tacius mean when he said it? I don't want spoil the story for you. You'll find what I mean when you read the book. What did Tacius mean when he looked up at that? What was that face that was looking at Tacius? Well, you have something called the ancestors. I want to spoil the story for you. And Tacius looks at the ancestors. He says it's time. What does it mean when he says it's time? I don't want to spoil the story for you. You'll find what I mean when you read the book. That leads into volume 3 with the ancestors. I won't spoil the story for you. You'll find what I mean when you read the book. Hence why I wrote a masterpiece, man. I wrote a fucking masterpiece, yeah. A masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so the Saphians forged a sword for Tactius. Yes. That's Tactius' gift. That's what Sarah meant. Now y'all even make sense. Now that ties into the story. I want to spoil the story for you. When young Tactius, when Tactius asks Cassius, why can't we leave the walls? He's like, Tactius, enough with this question. I'm saying, I've already told you so. I'm saying, I don't understand. Is it like are the Southerners really that dangerous? Obviously. Yeah. What does that mean? I won't spoil the story. You'll find out when you read the book. But in the end, it says, Sarah says, I think it's time, and it's time for Tactius to receive his gift that was given to him. And that's the sword that Tactius the First gave to him for his birthday. The day he was born, Tactius the First had the Saphians, the blacksmiths and Saphians, forge a sword for Tactius. And he had the eagles deliver the message to the south. Yeah. And the eagles, remember, he's like, watchers of the north, do you hear your king? You know what I'm saying? We sincere joy in your child's birth. And you have my welcome. Look how sick. Yeah, I'm not sick, man. Your book is sick. I know it's a sick book, man. Cost Entertainment. It's an amazing book, yeah. I don't know what's going on. I know. I'm showing you sneak peeks of different parts of the story. Hence why you guys are confused. You don't know what's going on. But you'll find out what's going on when you read the book. You'll find out what's going on when you read the book. You don't know what's going on right now because I'm showing you. Yeah. But I gave you a few spoilers here and there, a few snippets because you read sections of my book, obviously. But still, you don't know what's going on, right? You'll find out what I mean when you read the story. I don't want to spoil the story for you. Okay, I can show you the scene in Tachys Colonius. But it's a little bit of a spoiler for the book. But I mean, I don't want to spoil too much of the story for you guys. Yeah. Okay, what else am I showing you? When I say this is the last stuff I'm going to show you guys, I mean it, man. This is the last stuff I want to show you because I'm spoiling a little bit of the story for you, a little bit of it, a tiny little. No, I'm not really spoiling it. You guys don't know what's going on. But I don't want to spoil the story for you, I'm sorry. Because if I show you this scene in Tachys or Colonius, you're going to know why Tachys was thrown in the dungeon, right? Yeah. It's a spoiler. I don't want to spoil that for you. Hence why I'm not going to show you that. Trying to think here. Your book is fucking entertaining, I know. I can show you the Lithia scene. Another scene. I'll show you the scene when Tactius has that argument with Papyri. Obviously, after the fight. Hence why in that scene, it's like the Tactius and Papyri fight again. I'll show you that scene there. This is when Tactius he has this obsession for Lithia. And he gets into a fight with Papyri. I won't spoil the story for you, Lithia. I'll show you that scene there. He has this argument with Sirius and Papyri in the chambers in Eli's house. I'll show you that scene. That's why my book is sick, man. It's entertainment, man. Yeah. And this is when Tachys, and you'll see what I mean, how Tachys is a cocky, arrogant prince. He looks down on Southerns, he makes fun of Southerns. You're just a farmer, you know what I'm saying? He's a cocky, arrogant prince, and later on he gets more mature, obviously. He's a cocky prince, obviously. Okay, I'll show you this scene here. Yeah. So Takis is a very arrogant prince. Yes, when you read Volume 1 and Volume 2, he's a very arrogant prince, man. He's a cocky, confident prince. And then once he gets thrown in a dungeon, it humbles him. Like the event humbles him. He's more humble. And then once Volume 3 hits, he's no longer that cocky, arrogant prince. He's a matured man. That's really an amazing story, man. A masterpiece. This is Lord of the Rings. Oh, I know. Lord of the Rings. I'll show you the scene here. I can show you the scene when yeah, that's a spoiler. I'll just show you the scene when I'm not going to show you the scene when Lithia's talking in her chambers with Belle and Mary about what she thinks about meeting, what she thinks about Papyri and Taki. It's a bit of a spoiler. I'll show you the scene when Taki has that argument with Sirius and Papyri. This is after the fight in the banquet hall. Why they fight, we'll find out when you read here, right? It's a little bit of a spoiler here. This is why Tactius is he's an arrogant prince. You can read this here. It's a sick book, man. My book, man. Constant Entertainment. You can read that. Obviously, pause and read it. Pause and read that. Wow, your book is sick. I know. It's constant entertainment, man. It's crazy. Every page you read, you're constantly hooked. Yeah. This is a continuation of what you read. Read this here. Pause and read it. Yeah. Okay. Read this passage here. Read that. This is a continuation of what you guys are reading, right? Read that. And then, oh wait. Okay, and I'll read you this section here. Yeah, and that's all I'm showing you guys. And that's it. Yeah. Ivan, Tactius does chores for Eli. Yeah, I don't want to spoil his overview. Yeah. When Tactius goes to Cyrus, he works for Eli and all that stuff. That's why he hates being a farmer boy. And that's why they can't believe he's the prince, because he claimed to be a farmer working, and he's working for Eli, and he claims to be the prince. They can't believe it. Except for Lithia has the faith, obviously. Yeah. Obviously. So Tactius has an obsession with Lithia. Yeah, the moment Tactius sees Lithia, he has like an obsession with her. That's why Sirius is like, yeah, this Lithia's girl has taken your mind. But like the whole situation, the reason why Tactius is very adamant and everything, because a lot of things happen in his life, and he misses his family and Xanus, and a lot of the things went through his life, That's why he took it out on Papyri, and Lithia has tainted his mind a little bit because he had this obsession with Lithia, obviously. Yeah, that's why he has an argument with Hackers. Your book is fucking entertaining. I know it's a masterpiece, man. Like everything you read, you're fucking hooked and it's entertaining. It's a fucking masterpiece, man. So everything I showed you guys impressed. Yeah, I'm impressed, man. Your book is fucking entertaining. I know it's a masterpiece. It's a fucking entertaining story. Yeah, everything you show us, I'm impressed. I'm constantly just hooked, reading it. It's a fucking amazing story. I know. I wrote a masterpiece, guys. Every page you read, every chapter you read, you're hooked. Even my weakest chapters. The prologue is my weakest chapter in the entire book. And what I showed you, it's still entertaining enough to keep you hooked, man. Because I'm a fucking genius. I'm a creative genius. I know how to keep you hooked. And I have your characters when you jump on a page. I know they jump on the page. It's crazy. They feel real, man. That's why we're looking at an entertaining masterpiece in my book. It's a fucking masterpiece, yeah. Masterpiece. Ivan, what's going on? Yeah, you guys only know what's going on. I was going to show you the Takis or Colonial scene, but it was a spoiler. I don't want to show you that. I decided to show you the prologue. What does Takis mean when he says it's time? And now you guys understand what the gift was that Sarah said we should give to Takis. She's talking about the sword. That was a gift from Takis the First. Takis the First had the Eagles deliver the message to the Safians to forge weapons for the Prince of Xanus. Hence why now it makes sense. Now it makes sense why Sirius told Takis hide your sword. Yes, they cannot know you're the Prince of Xanus, obviously, because the Safians, Eli and them, are the ones who forged that sword. Hence why Sirius is like, hide your sword. That ties into the story. And he said, your name, Takis, cannot be used here. You can't trust anyone here. Because the Salvians don't like the Safians. They could be spies here. Ivan, what do you mean by spies? Well, you'll find out what I mean when you read that chapter. That also has a part to do with Takis being thrown in a dungeon. The spies, right? I won't spoil the story for you. That's why I decided not to show you that Takis or Colonials. Otherwise you would have had the spoiler of a bit of a spoiler why Takis was thrown in a dungeon. That's why I decided to not show you that. I decided to show you the prologue and a bit of the Lithia chapter. Some sound? You see Takis, how he looks down on Sirius now? You're just a poor old farmer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, how dare you bring my old man to this? I'm saying, you're just a poor old farmer. You know what I'm saying? Sirius is like, Takis, behave yourself. Wake up. You know what I'm saying? This girl has tainted your mind. And Taki's like, I'm sorry, guys. You guys read that section, right? Yeah, I'm just stressed out. I'm away from home. I'm in the cursed south. And, like, he's stressed out, obviously. Yeah. Oh, your book is sick. Oh, my God. It's a fucking entertaining read, man. It's a masterpiece, man. I'm not showing you guys more, man. That's enough. I don't want to spoil more of the story for you, Sarah. Why did Cassius say behold a wonder? You'll see what I mean when you read the book. When you read volume 3. And I also threw in the wonder thing in there because I knew I would play the role of Tactius. And so I also had, okay, wouldn't it be cool to have the actor of Tactius the First to say behold a wonder? Because I know I'm going to be playing Tactius the second, and when you see me in the movie, it's glory. Hence why I added that Easter egg in there. Hence why I also put the wonder thing in there too. Yeah, I really did that. Yeah, I did, because I knew I'd be playing. I wrote this when I was in the hospital, right? When I was in the hospital, I knew I was woken up. I knew about the game and everything. I decided to put that in there because I knew, okay, when the world sees me as Takis, it's glory. Hence why it wouldn't it be cool to have Edgar's Elba say, "Behold a wonder." Obviously, the real reason why I behold a wonder, you'll see what I mean when you read the book. I won't spoil the story for you, but I also threw in a little Easter egg in there. Ivan Amir is playing Takis in a second, hence why it'd be cool to have Edgar's Elba say, "Behold the wonder." Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to throw it in there. I'm saying, yeah, when I put the prologue. Ivan, even your prologues are interesting. Yes, even my weakest chapters are interesting, but the prologue is by far the weakest chapter in my book. Because it's the prologue, right? It's just a prologue, right? But it's the weakest chapter when you read it. It's not as good as the other chapters, but it's still entertaining enough to keep you reading because I'm a creative genius, yeah. Sam's alive, and I see the biblical symbolism. Yeah, Jesus came from the heavens, supposedly in glory, from the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, down to the filthy earth. He took on human flesh. He was God in flesh, and no one believed he was the Son of God. Tactius, the wealthy prince from the north, who has all that great wealth and status from the royal family, the beautiful heavenly northern kingdom, comes to the cursed south. He takes on a fake identity, and he's working for Eli. That's all I'm gonna say. In that scene, he says it's time for chores, and Tactius is annoyed. He's like, go away. He's like, excuse me. Yeah, I know, it's funny. I know. Tactius does chores and all stuff. He works for Eli. Yeah, when you read, you look at it, I won't spoil it for you. And he hates being Tactius, because he's a cocky Arab prince. He hates being Colonius, the farmer from Cyrus, but he has to play along because it's not safe. Sirius told him, yeah, it's not safe using your name, Tactius, here, and you have to hide your sword. They can't know you're the Prince of Xanus. And that leads to later on in the story, obviously. Why is he doing a dungeon? You'll find out what I mean when you read the book. I don't want to spoil the story for you. The only clue you guys have is he used a fake identity, but there's more than that to the story. So I'm gonna say I don't want to spoil the story for you, obviously. Eli sees him as an imposter. That's why he throws him in. That's one reason why he throw him in a dungeon. But there's also another reason too. I don't want to spoil the story for you. See what I mean when you read the book. Some Sarah. Why, your book is a masterpiece. I know it's a fucking entertaining read, man. I wrote an amazing story. No, everything you show so far, I'm just constantly entertaining the hook, man. I know. My book is an entertaining read, man. It's an entertaining story, man. You're constantly on the edge of your seat, and you're just hooked. Because I'm a fucking creative genius, yeah. Creative genius. Some Sarah? Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed, man. Everything you show so far is fucking entertaining, man. I know, my book is an entertaining read. It's a fucking masterpiece, man. Yeah. No, Ivan, seriously, man, did you really write that on your own? Yes, I did, guys. I wrote all that on my own, man, and with no help. Because all these famous authors who write their amazing fantasy novels, they have help from the editors. Whereas I did everything myself, obviously. Yeah. Some Sarah. Hence why all the book publishing companies like Penguin Random House and stuff, yeah, I wish we can sign Ivan, and Ivan, he could work for us, and he signs like a three book publishing deal. But you'll be duping me and taking out my money and giving me the peanuts. I don't need you to open a door for me. I have my own keys, and self-publishing is way more money than traditional publishing. I have the keys. I'm not gonna what? Sell out and traditionally publish. I'm gonna self-publish my book on Lulu, man. My book will be self-published, obviously, and I take 80% of the royalties in my book, and Lulu takes her 20%. That's how it works, right? For self-publishing, yeah. Yeah. You know, Ivan, you are gifted, man. Come work for us. No, guys, I don't need you guys. I have my own keys. I'm not going to have you dupe me and take all the money and give me the peanuts when you're only making that money because of my keys. You're going to be duping me, man. That all the money the traditional publishing houses are making, all that belongs to me. It doesn't belong to you. I have the keys, which means I don't have to. I don't spend on marketing. That money's for me. It's not for you. You're not touching my money. Yeah, I'm not selling out, man. Ivan will put you paying around us. Look, guys, I'm not selling to you, wicked people. I have the keys. I'm not selling to you. This money off the books for me, we just not for you. Zero, man. I'm not selling you. I'm not gonna let you touch my money, man. This is my money. Even just money, it's not yours. I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's the symbolism in the Bible. How it says Christ humbled himself, taking on the form of a servant. You can get some symbolism with Tactius. The prince from the north comes to the cursed south. He takes on a different identity, and he takes on the role of a servant. He's working for Eli. Yeah, you get that glimpse when it's the next day, and Eli barges into the room, and it's time for chores, and Tactius is like, go away. He's like, excuse me? Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying. Yeah. No, I even seriously, man. From what you showed us, is your whole book pretty much like that? Yeah. Like it's constant entertainment. I'm not kidding around, guys. Like what I'm showing you guys, every volume is like that. Every page is constant entertainment. Hence why I told you when I release my book, it'll be a public embarrassment in the industry, man. Because no author has kept me entertained the way Ivan has. Ivan has been entertaining me the whole like my book is not a thing whereby you're entertained in some sections and you have like a couple chapters of boredom. No, it's constant, consistent entertainment for all three volumes. Volume one, you're hooked. Volume 2, you're hooked. Volume 3, you're hooked. It's crazy. It's constant entertainment. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's a fucking masterpiece, man. Yeah. And that's why it'll be a public embarrassment to the industry. All these like guys like Brandon Sanderson, George R. Martin, and J.K. Rowling are gonna feel like total shit, man. There's something about Ivan's book that's more entertaining than our books. And like Ivan's a fucking like an amazing storyteller. Yeah, I'm an amazing storyteller. I'm an amazing storyteller. I have the gift from the heavens. That's why Xanus is what? Xanus is number one. Yeah, number one. Number one, no son. Yeah. Number one, yeah. Because Ivan, I love your book. I know my book is amazing, so you know what I'm saying? It's an amazing book. Yeah, you're welcome, VJ. Yeah. Amazing book. And no more, guys. I'm not going to show you more. I don't want to spoil any more story for you, man. You'll find out what I mean when you read it. When you purchase the books, I'm sorry. Yeah. There's some sections of your book that are raw. Well, I showed you guys sneak peeks of my book. You caught some rawness in the dialogue. Yeah, I even could have used some different word choices for some of his dialogue. It's a bit raw, a little raw. You could have used like some of his dialogue perhaps needs a little bit of polishing up, but it's still good quality and it's entertaining and it's still a masterpiece, obviously. So I'm saying you're gonna catch some rawness in my book as I showed you. There's some rawness in my dialogue. Some of the dialogue, sometimes the dialogue doesn't flow as well as other places, obviously, but it's still good enough to entertain you because I'm a genius. So, Sarah? Mm. Yeah. Yeah, you see that scene, he's like, you're just a poor old farmer. How dare you bring my old man into this? You know what I'm saying? I am Takis. I bow to no one. Yeah, he's cocky, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's dissing them. Yeah. Obviously, he calls Sirius and Mapari poor old farmers. They're not poor, but compared to Tactius, they're poor people. You guys see what I'm saying here? Like Sirius and Mapari, they have a home. Obviously, when you read the end of volume, the end of 20 years later that I showed you, Tactius eats in their home. They have a home, obviously, but compared to Tactius, they're poor. They're poor people, obviously. That's why Tactius calls them poor farmers. You're just a poor old farmer. He disses them, obviously. Yeah, because I told you he's a cocky, arrogant prince, a stubborn prince. But then once he gets thrown in a dungeon, it humbles him, and he's more mature. You'll see him when you read more of the book. I won't spoil the story for you. Some Sarah. Yeah, he looks down Southerners. Yeah, he does, man. He calls them poor old farmers. He's like, I'm Prince Takis. I bow to no one. Yeah, he's a cocky, confident prince. And then Sirius realized, yeah, this Lithia girl has tainted your mind, man. Like, wake up, Takis. This Lithia girl, that was sick, Ivan, I know. Your book is sick, I know. I wrote a masterpiece, man. It's a sick book, you know what I'm saying? It's a sick book, yeah. So Takis has an obsession with Lithia. Yeah, he does. The moment he sees her, he's immediately drawn to her. That's why he wanted to talk to her so bad at the banquet hall. And then yeah, and that's why I won't spoil the story for you. And then yeah, you have that argument obviously in the chambers in Eli's house. But then Takis realized he may have been a bit too hard. He said, "I'm sorry, guys. You guys, the reason why I'm taking out on you guys." I miss my home. I miss my cousins. Yeah, he misses being away from home and everything, and because he left the northern walls to the south, man. He misses his home. Takis. Yeah. Does Takis know Cassius and Tacitus are looking for him? No, he doesn't. Obviously, how could he know? He doesn't know. Takis doesn't know Tacitus and Cassius are looking for him. No, he doesn't know. Obviously, but they know that he's missing, obviously. Hence why Cassius and Suetonius and their 15 men leave the walls to look for Takis. As I showed you glimpses of it when they meet Cleo, Sebastian, and Francis, that clip in Volume 1. And you got the scene when they arrive to Sapphius, our cousin. We seek Prince Takis, and yes, he happened to have found passage here, yeah. Obviously. You get the scene with Job. When he's like, Southern, they're well-fed drag, they're all pieces tonight. What about Takis? Alright, that's so funny, I know. Alright, that's beautiful, beautiful dialogue, I know. Southern, you know what I'm saying? Job, I take it you had our horses taken care of? Yes, they're well-fed drag, they're all pieces tonight. And what about Takis? Alright, that's sick, I know. It's a sick scene, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. You know. No, Ivan, seriously, man, what you're showing us is your whole book pretty much entertaining like that? Yes. I'm not lying to you guys. What I'm showing you guys, my whole book is like that, man. Like, every page you read is constant entertainment, man. It's crazy. Some pages are not as entertaining, obviously, but most of the pages are so entertaining, you're just drawn to the story and you're hooked, man. You're just turning the page and it's a fucking literary masterpiece, man, because I'm a genius. I'm a creative genius, yeah, man. Creative genius, yeah. Even the Eagles jump on the page, I know, the way the dialogue flows. So seriously, man, how the fuck you do that, man? There's something about the way you write, your characters just jump on a page. It's a gift that I have. Like, you picture Takis, he's like, Eagles, Watchers of the North, you hear your king. You know what I'm saying? And you can even the Eagles have distinct voices. Yeah, I know, I caught that, Ivan. Yeah, even the Eagles have distinct voices. You call on us, O king. You know what I'm saying? We sincere joy in your child's birth, and you have my welcome. You know what I'm saying? Head to Sapphius. Tell him the king of Xanus sent you. Have a sword formed for a gift of my son. As you command, sire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, even the Eagles. Yeah, even the Eagles jump on the page, man. I'm a fucking genius. Yeah. No, I'm serious, man. How do you do it, man? There's something about your writing, your flow of writing. The characters just jump on the page. I know my characters jump on the page. I don't know how I do it. It's just a gift that I have, man. Yeah, man. No, but I don't get it, though. Like, all these other amazing fantasy authors, obviously, when they have dialogue, their characters don't jump on the page. They feel dry and a bit dull. But the way you format your sentence structures and your dialogue, somehow the characters jump on the page. How do you fucking do it, Ivan? I don't know. It's a magic trick that I have. It's a gift I have. I don't know how I do it, man. It's a gift. It's a gift, man. Yeah, man. It's a gift that I have. Sarah? It's a gift. Oh, I worked some more identities. And this is the last thing, guys. I'm not showing you any more Sims in my book. I don't want to spoil the story for you. Right now, you guys don't really know what's going on. Y'all I'm confused. Yeah, you'll find out what I mean when you read my book. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. You'll find out what I mean when you read my book. So, Sarah? Yeah. Yeah, even though you showed us sneak peeks of your book, we don't know what's going on. Yeah, because I don't want to spoil the story for you. I spoiled a few things for you, but you guys are still lost. You don't know what's going on, hence why I'm very careful what I show you, because I don't want to spoil a lot of the big scenes for you. Hence why you'll find out what I mean when you read my book. I don't want to spoil the story for you. And Volume 3, I didn't show you any of that, because Volume 3 is the big climax of the story with the ancestors. Hence why I'm not showing you that. Because Volume 3 is when everything gets very deep, and the story even gets deeper, and that's why I wrote a fucking masterpiece. I wrote a masterpiece, yeah. Your book is so entertaining. I know, man. It's so entertaining, man. No, Ivan, seriously, man. Are you bluffing me, man? Like, from what you're showing us, is your whole book like that? Yes, pretty much. Obviously. There's some sections that are not as entertaining, obviously. You'll catch it, obviously. But I don't know, like 90, I don't know, 99% of my book is constant entertainment. 1% of it is not as entertaining, maybe. No, but even the scenes that are not as entertaining are still pretty entertaining. But my whole book, all 3 volumes is constant entertainment because I know how to control your mind and keep you hooked. I do my very best to keep the story constantly keep pacing the story. That way the reader is hooked and they're constantly on the edge of their seat and they're entertained. Whereas a lot of these authors, they don't do the constant pacing. They'll do a thing where they have like one chapter, it's pretty interesting, and you have 3 more chapters that are pretty boring, and you have a big cliffhanger, it's interesting, and then you have another like 2 more chapters of boredom, and you end it off with it's interesting. Whereas me, it's constant entertainment, man. It's like entertainment ride of a lifetime, my book. Well, I've showed you guys, right? It's constant entertainment. It's a fucking sick book, man. Yeah, man. I'm now sick with the Eagles. I'm saying, you called on us, oh king. I know. Yeah, man, how do you do it, man? Like, even your animal character jump on the page. I know, I'm a genius. I know how to tell a good story. I'm a genius, yeah. Xanus is a masterpiece. Yeah. He's Ivan. I love your book. I know my book is sick, son. It's a sick book. Yeah. So I hope what I showed you guys so far. I'm not showing anymore, by the way. I'm being serious, guys. I'm actually being serious. I'm not going to show anymore. I don't want to spoil the story for you. I hope you guys are impressed with what I showed you. I'm not showing you anymore. Obviously. And what? You'll find out what I mean. Remember, I hope you guys are impressed with what I showed you. And yeah, Ivan, your book is fucking entertaining, yeah. And is it the most entertaining read you ever read? Oh, guys, yeah, it is, Ivan. There's something about your writing style that's very unique. The characters just jump on the page and it's fucking. You have that hook. You have that page hook. Yeah, I know how to hook the reader. Because I know how to control your mind and keep you hooked. I'm a genius, man. I'm a creative genius. It's a gift that I have, yeah. Yeah.